Travis, we have a playing update, or you have a playing update.
Yeah.
It has since been announced that you are playing another season.
It is, yes.
And
yeah, so Kansas City, baby, we're back at it for at least one more year. I can't say whether or not this is going to be the last year because I still love a lot of what I do for the city of Kansas City and the Chiefs organization. So,
Travis, we have a playing update, or you have a playing update.
Yeah.
It has since been announced that you are playing another season.
It is, yes.
And I did want to say, a year ago, I announced my retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to address the huge news that you are coming back this year. Is it because you've seen me in retirement? You're like, fuck that.
No, I think you've handled it perfectly, Jason.
Oh, thank you.
I think you've thrived outside of missing an Eagles Super Bowl. I think you absolutely killed it, dude.
You fucking did.
Yeah, well, that's the only way I can have fun with it.
Yeah.
No, but I do think you have absolutely killed it in retirement. That didn't persuade me in any way.
Why are you playing another season? Why are you going to go out there, risk injury, and make less money than you could make not playing football? Why are you doing this?
That was kind of the one I had to juggle right there. I think the biggest thing is that I fucking love playing the game of football.
That's a good reason.
I love playing. I still feel like I could play it at a high level. And possibly at a higher level than I did last year. I don't think it was my best outing. You know, I think I let my guys down in a lot more moments than I helped them. Especially if you look at my track record and how I've been in years past.
I don't know, that's true.
I just, I want to give it a good run. I got a bad taste in my mouth on how I ended the year and how well I was playing and, how accountable I was for the people around me. And I love so many people in Kansas City, both in that facility, in the community. And it's home for me now. And, I don't want to leave that life yet. I put in a lot of hard work and I put in a lot of, focus into being the best that I can for KC. And, last year it just, it didn't end well for us. And, I feel like there's a responsibility in me to play out the contract that I initially signed, to give Kansas City and the Chiefs organization everything that I got. And that's what I'm going to do, man.
Awesome. Well, I hear what you're saying. I think, it's hard losing a Super Bowl. And you feel like there's so many things you could have done better or whatnot. And you kind of referenced it, like you could have been whatever. I think don't lose sight of the big reason that you guys are there is because of who you are. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes you lose sight of that when you don't maximize the end goal, which is winning the Super Bowl. So I know you're going to be dedicated like you always are. It keeps getting harder though. What's your plan? First of all, what was your decision-making process? How does Travis Kelce go about making big life decisions?
Well, it's similar to all the other decisions I make, and it's just off a feel. I don't really. I relish that about you so much. I'm not a big measure the pros and cons and all of that. I just go off a feel, and I just a pure gut feeling, and I fucking love this game, man. Yeah. And not only that, I love going into the building with the guys that are there. Yeah. Coach Reed has been one of the biggest influences on my life. Not just in the game of football. I don't want to stop going to work with him. I don't want to stop learning from him. I don't want to stop, being the reason why he has success or being a part of the reason he has success. I want that guy to have the most success in the world because of who he's been to my life. And that's the same with Pat. That's the same with, guys like Brett Veach and Mark Donovan and, Coach Spags and, Tom Melvin, there's so many people in that building. A lot of good names. David Glover. There's so many people in that building that I love, with all my heart, man. And I want to keep living out those dreams and going to work with them. And, I never once kind of second guessed it. It was always in the back of my mind, even when it got tough last year on the body or when it got tough after the Super Bowl and, you're at your all-time low. It's just, there's something in a motivating factor that, you can do this and you want to do this. And I just, I pulled the trigger as soon as I knew that, I had that feeling. Yeah. And I think you knew the whole time. I felt like even when I would talk to you, and we didn't really talk pointedly about this, you never asked my advice on this,
which I asked your advice, so I feel a little hurt that you didn't ask my advice.
You didn't take my advice.
That's fine. All right. I felt like you always you wanted to come back. It felt like that from the moment after the game. It felt like that a week after, 2 weeks, and I was like, he's going to play again. He's not ready to stop. So I think it's the right decision. And you talk about feel. I brought this up on Chuck's podcast, but there's one thing that I very much like. I feel like whenever I make a decision or I'm like big time
call Charles
deals,
Barkley Chuck now?
Is that not what everybody calls him?
That's a surreal moment. I'm just saying.
Everybody not called Charles Chuck?
No, I literally told everyone my name was Charles because his name's Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That was very full. That's just a full circle
moment. Can I tell my story?
My bad.
So I'm on Charles and Ernie's podcast. Shout out to the Steam Room. I forget how we got on the topic, but I start talking about like a lot of times, like when I'm trying to make a big decision, I like really overanalyze things and I think way too hard about this thing and that thing and this thing. And I'll call you and you have this really good way of not worrying about all these little meaningless, dumb fucking things that I'm worried about.
They kind of
or these what could be or what ifs. It's like, no, it's just what do you want to do? Do you want to play football or not? Do you want to do this or not? Like, and I think that 9 times out of 10, it's like great advice for me to get out of my own head. And it's helped me before. So I don't know why I'm bringing it up. I just always,
well, I mean, I'm jealous of that. I'm
jealous that you don't think about things in a way that makes you, what's the word? Bogged down.
I hear you, man.
Indecisive.
I hear you. And don't get it twisted. There's always like that indecisiveness for sure.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, I think I can be a better player than I was last year.
I mean, I feel like,
and then there's times
like every great player always feels that way.
So it's like,
but you just think about it more now because of the way the season went.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of other things that compound on that. But how big of a factor was losing the Super Bowl in the decision?
It was probably the biggest factor.
If you would have won, would you have come back for another season?
I mean, it's a pretty cool way to go out, but I think I would still have this love for the game and the feeling, and
if you want to play, you want to play.
Yeah, I think
shouldn't make that.
I think I would have thought about it more.
Sure,
if we would have won, I think because we lost and how we lost.
Going out on top is nice.
Yeah,
it's not how I did it. I went out crying on the fucking field because I saw Jeff Stalin and was like, "Man, this might be the last time I ever see him." Don't do that.
See him every week.
Yeah, but it's different.
All right, I got you.
Shout out,
100%. The ending of that game, I feel like I owe the guys that I come into that building with a whole lot more effort and focus, and I just don't know what it was during that game, man. I wasn't at my best, and the more that I see clips or watch the film and put myself back into those moments, man, I'm just like, what?
I've seen the clips
what
too.
The fuck? I think it's just
don't overanalyze it, Trev.
No, you have to overanalyze. That's the only way you. That's the only way you find. At least that's one of the ways I find motivation.
You're the king of not overanalyzing.
But that's
so don't overanalyze it.
But that's how I find motivation. That's how I create the beast. That's how I flip the switch.
All I'm saying, people put like the clip up where like Pat's scrambling around and you're just standing there, right? And then he runs and then your guy hits him.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, everybody else in that situation is going to be standing there too. And I know that that's not acceptable.
It's not.
And like when I watch myself do that,
acceptable.
I would watch myself sometimes the quarterback gets sacked and you watch it on tape and you're like, hey, you fucking idiot, go over there and help the fucking guy up. Or like, why are you just walking away from your running back? Help the running back up. As a good teammate, you think about things like that. You ask anybody in that locker room if you give good effort and who's a good teammate and all that shit, you're going to get a much different answer. Anyways, do you have extra motivation this year going into the season?
I mean, yes and no. Unfortunately, I've been in a situation where I didn't play my best in the final game and the biggest game of my life. And speaking about Tampa and
I know
Super Bowl, and I think, you try and make it everything. And you don't find the love of the game doing that. And I feel like I play my best when I'm out there playing it for the right reasons.
Sure.
Can it be motivation in the off season to go out and get a few extra reps, go out and run that extra mile, go out and, get a few more catches on the jugs, go out and, work a little bit harder, watch some extra film, really analyze what you're showing the opponent, really analyze, how you're running your routes so that guys can't get a tick on what route you're running. All of that can help get you where you are, but you can't go into it like this mad human being that is just like I don't know, has this built up animosity about, the world and how it didn't go their way. And like, I'll only be satisfied if it goes my way because, after Tampa, it didn't go my way.
Sure.
I didn't even make it back to the Super Bowl that next year.
Right.
So there's ways to go out there and motivate yourself to be better than you were yesterday, get extra reps, really put everything you have into your preparation. But at the end of the day, man, I play my best when I go out there and I have fun, man.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
I don't play my best when I go out there and I'm just pissed off at the world and I'm trying to be the bully because I'm playing against guys that act like the bullies.
So how do you have fun?
You go out there and you go to work and you build that chemistry with the guys around you.
Yeah.
And I think we got a young, fun team. We're going to get my guy Rasheed Rice back. We're going to get, hopefully, the wide receiver room that we, accumulated once Rasheed went down. Hopefully you get my guy Kareem Hunt back. I fucking love that guy. I want to win one for that guy so bad. I just know that guys like Pat Mahomes and guys that we have on the defensive side like Chris Jones and George Karlaftis and Trent McDuffie, they all know how to have fun doing it while being professional. And that's such a unique situation to have. When you can get both done, be successful, but do it in such a fun way that it makes it more enjoyable than you could possibly imagine, man. That's such a unique atmosphere and a unique, building to be in. And I just, I know that. And because I've been on teams where it hasn't been that. And it's just, I want to keep enjoying those moments and keep building what we have in Kansas City with those guys.
Did you talk to Andy? Anybody? Is there anything else you want to talk about in terms of deciding to play again? What do you guys think you need to do to get back to the mountaintop next year?
I mean, we gotta get some pieces. I think 100%. This offseason, we're stuck kind of trying to juggle some contract negotiations and losing some key pieces. And that hurts. We got a lot of guys that we rely on big time. We've relied on big time in the past that have helped us win Super Bowls that are in contract negotiations. And it's just like
Trey Smith just got franchised.
Yeah. And, I know they're working on a long-term deal to try and keep Trey.
A lot of times they just do that.
He's unbelievable.
To prevent him going to free agency so they can still keep negotiating.
Exactly. And I'm hoping that they can sign something that, Trey appreciates and that the Chiefs can, still go out and get other pieces knowing that we need more guys like Trey Smith, guys that are dedicated to their craft. I've said it for a long time.
He's one of my favorite guys to watch play.
Exactly. He's one of my favorite guys to play with.
Yeah. The mentality that he takes to the field.
Oh, yeah. I know I've always trusted Brett Veach and the front office and the coaches to bring in the right guys, not only just the guys that, have the skill set and the athleticism and the competitive edge, but do it in a fun way like we've brought in guys before, that can add to the chemistry of how, the weeks go, the routines go, and try not to make it like we're coming into work, like we're excited about what we're doing and we're excited about the challenges ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, they know how to build it.
Yeah,
they know what they're
exactly
doing. And you guys had, come on now. You guys, blocking kicks to end games, the chemistry was there.
Yeah. So Kansas City, baby, we're back at it for at least one more year. I can't say whether or not this is going to be the last year because I still love a lot of what I do for the city of Kansas City and the Chiefs organization. So I know I got one on my contract, and I'm going to give you guys everything I got, baby. That does it for new news brought to you by American Express.
Thanks, guys.
Go ahead and buy some Audible on it. No dumb question. Can you explain what salary cap / free agent means? Okay.
I can't explain what that sentence was.
What does it mean when it's reported that they are clearing salary cap space? I'm going to need you to explain it to me like I'm 5 years old because I'm completely confused. Well, we can tell by the way you just phrased the question. You just phrased that first question that you really have no idea what's going on. My assumption is that you're combining salary cap and free agent in the same because typically you clear up salary cap space during free agency. That might be the only kind of tie that I can think that they're making here, but you want to take it, Jason?
Sure. Yeah. So I guess we'll start with salary cap. Salary cap in the NFL is each team has an amount that they are allowed to pay players within a given year.
cap on it.
Okay, and that is what the salary cap is the allotment of all the salaries for the players for the year cannot exceed that threshold. I think this year it's at $240 million.
That shit went up $30 million.
It did go up 30, but I don't remember exactly what that cap is this year. And there's all sorts of, it gets a little bit more complicated than that because there's like guaranteed money, signing bonuses. Signing bonuses are prorated over the length of the contract. But for simplicity purposes, teams cannot go beyond that spend limit of the salary cap within a given season.
Yeah.
And that changes year over year.
And then what happens if they do?
If they do, man, I don't even know.
You get reprimanded, right?
I do know it's got to be pretty strict because I feel like the NFL, like in baseball, there's like a luxury tax, right?
Yeah.
Or in basketball.
No, baseball.
Everybody can kind of operate like freely. Like it's a lot less of like a hard ceiling.
Yeah.
It feels like football's salary cap is more of like hey, I don't really think teams go over the salary cap or are allowed to. So I don't really know how that works.
I'm pretty sure teams go over and you get like deducted draft picks, maybe stuff like that.
I don't know. I wish there was like an intern or somebody just kind of like spelling this out right now for us underneath so we didn't look like a bunch of jamokes. But, yeah, so we got, let's go to free agency. We got, so a free agent, I don't really know if we're talking about free agent or free agency, but a free agent is just somebody who's not under contract. Queen Liz, it's a player that is no longer under contract with a team. So they are free to hit the market for all 32 teams to try and sign them. When you're under contract, you're not allowed to talk with other teams. You have an exclusive contract with the football club that you are assigned to. So a free agent is just somebody who is not currently under contract. Free agency is a period that starts at the beginning of the league year and runs in perpetuity. Like, I mean, free agency is always kind of open, I feel like. Yeah, how does that work I don't even know. That's not correct.
We're diving into some stuff that we just do not know about.
Anyway, free agency starts at the league year. That's why you're seeing all of these contracts signed right now because all these players that were under contract are now free agents because as a new league year has started. So they are now officially on the market to be signed by whomever. All right, the NFL's cap is a hard cap that teams have to stay under at all times, and the salary floor is also a hard floor. I did know about this.
Yeah.
Penalties for violating or circumventing the cap regulations include fines of up to $5 million for each violation and canceling of contracts and loss of draft picks.
Yeah, nice.
So you just can't do it.
You can't do it.
It's not even an option.
Well, it is. It is an option.
Right, cool.
You get deducted money.
But I think they make you cancel contracts until you're back under it.
Nice.
If you go over it, you get not only do you get a slap on the wrist with $5 million to these billion-dollar organizations, you also have to cancel contracts until you're under the cap.
Oh no, we got to cancel more contracts.
$5 million.
The floor though is actually interesting. I think it's you have to spend up to like 95 to 98% of the salary cap as a owner.
It's more nuanced than that. I think there's like a 5-year running total or something like that. Like the floor is like your 5-year average of spending has to be within 88 or 90% of the salary cap or something like that.
Something like that.
So like within a year you can be lower, but over 5 years you have to spend, it's something like that. Anyways, I don't know if that's exactly right, but I know there's some fucking weird one with that.
And this...
So yeah, Queen Liz, I think we've thoroughly made you more confused about it than we started.
This is why we do No Dumb Questions. So we can get to the bottom of how stupid me and Jason are.
Yeah, this is why Howie Roseman is...
Within the next week, we should finally learn whether Travis Kelce will continue as the Kansas City Chiefs' star tight end or officially step away from the game. Kelce has not yet announced whether he plans to return for a 14th NFL season or retire and enjoy life alongside his fiancée, global superstar Taylor Swift. However, a decision appears to be coming soon. The NFL recently revealed that the 2026 salary cap will increase by $22 million compared to last season, giving teams more financial flexibility. Before recent roster developments, the Chiefs were reportedly about $5.6 million over the cap, according to Over the Cap. Since Kelce's contract expired at the end of last season, he would need to sign a new deal to return. Now that the team knows its financial limits, it can better plan for his potential comeback. Another key factor is the upcoming start of NFL free agency. Teams can begin negotiating with free agents on March 9th at 11 a.m., and official signings can begin on March 11th at 3 p.m. It makes sense that Kansas City would want clarity on Kelce's future before the free agency period begins. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport recently shared that a decision seems close. Speaking from the NFL Combine, he indicated that Kelce would only continue playing if it's with Kansas City, but the team wants to be certain he is completely committed before moving forward. According to reports, the Chiefs definitely want him back, especially considering his strong performance last season. At 36 years old, Kelce recorded 76 receptions for 851 yards and 5 touchdowns. All signs suggest that an official announcement about his future could come very soon.